G'day all, welcome back to Dad vs Son and our playthrough of the full campaign of Stalingrad 42. Just before I go on, I just want to point out that I didn't forget that I'd used the second Hungarian. It's just that it's got the wrong thing on the back. So I'm just going to turn it sideways and leave it like that so I know where it actually is. One of the other remaining units, is it 6L or 12L, 7L, one of the other ones has actually got the back of it on it, and vice versa. Oh, in fact, I've looked on this one. 23L has the back of second Hungarian on it, so I'm just doing that. I haven't got around to making a sticker for it or whatever else. Excuse me at the moment. Excuse me. Righto, so we're about to go on to turn 3. I've put turn 2 up on YouTube and Consim World, and it's heading up to BGG at the moment as well. And I had some wonderful feedback from a few fellas, and then Mo from Mo's Game Table came up and put up a link to their playthrough of Fall Blau back in November 19 at one of the game conventions there. So I had a quick look at that and sent them a thank you again. I'm sorry, I can't remember the name of the other two blokes at the moment, but they've both been coming back and forward to me with some likes and comments and stuff like that. So again, apologies. It's I'm not overly good with names, but I also suffer from PTSD and a few other things. So it makes it a bit hard to remember things at times, like game rules and that. That's why I have dadisms and so forth. So anyway, that's my excuse and I'm sticking to it. So we're about to go on to game 3. Turn 3 for the Germans. Again, the weather is all summer up until the turn 17, so we don't need to worry about weather. Again, collect our air units, and we still have our 2 air units, which I haven't forgotten to use yet. All praise to me for being wonderful. Doesn't happen very often. No train markers, no fortifications for us. We have our 2 resource points, which I'm going to bring in as supplies again. Now, I need a few supplies around the place. I've got 8th Italian and I've got 17th Army down south that need supplies. I've got the 2nd Hungarian, of course, and I've also got 4 Panzer that need supplies. So I think I need to split the difference. So I'm going to give 4 Panzer this time, so it'll come on Z, and I'm going to do 8th Italian, because the reason for that is this isn't going to achieve much here at the moment. I need to get around and chew them up a bit more. I've got 2 army here, 2nd Army here, which I can use if need be. I've got 6th Army here to help here. Down this way, I've got this one here I can use. In fact, I could always bring that over, couldn't I? I could convert it back to a mobile and bring it over to 8th Army. Oh, that would be cheeky of me. Why don't we do that while I think about it? Because I should have just turned it over like that anyway. So I'm just going to convert that back like that. So I can bring that over towards 8th Army. I can take this one up to 17th Army. And that would then only leave me with the 2nd Hungarian, which I can hopefully pick up next turn as needed. Right. Spend SPs to flip. Well, I don't have any that need flipping at the moment, that have anything. Reinforcements. And the Germans get 3 reinforcements this time themselves, and they're going to pick up 2 armoured units and an infantry, and we have the Romanians who are going to pick up, Hungarians that are going to pick up a tank unit or armoured unit and an infantry as well. So these 2 are going to come in up top to beef up the other Hungarian units. I need to give some support down for some infantry down here, so he can come in down there. This is a weaker infantry unit, so I'm going to bring it up on top, and that's going to be starting of my blocking forces once I start punching through this line further to stop the Russian reinforcements coming down through, especially A. And I think I'll bring that on with it. Is that a good idea? No. I'm going to bring that on here as well. So it's up this end, that's for sure. Right, replacements. And this time, again, it's just German replacements. We have 1 armour and 1 infantry. Now, one armour, 1 infantry. So I think what we might do is we'll do this armour here, and that way I can leave him there as still a blocking force, whilst I can move t'other units. And an infantry. Where do I want to go with that? These are all good. These are all good. I think we need to come south. Now, I'm pretty sure we had one in here. Yep. Those are still good. They're all good. And goody goodies as well. There's one there. 2 there. Okay, so we need to beef up one of those. So let's do this one. Like that. Okay, no leaders, no planned offensive markers, so we're into the movement phase. So again, pause it there and we'll come back and have a look at movement. Rightio, so we're going to start down here. We left a break in the line here, which I've only just recognised. So what we're going to do here is we're going to move this one over to here. I'm going to leave him there for the time being with 17th Army. And we're going to bring this bloke over to here like that. I'm going to move 8th Italian Army up, half 1, 1.5 to there. I'm going to bring this supply down, as we said. That's 3.5, 4, 4.5, 5. This supply is going to come on, half 1, half 2, half 3, sorry. half 1, half 2, half 3. Can't get there. Half 1, half 2. No, I'll have to do it the other way. Half 3, half onto there. I can't get to him. This guy's going to come forward, and he's going to go half 1, half 2, half 3, half 4, and into there. And again, that just straightens up our line a little bit, and I'm hoping to maybe get an attack in here. Right, so that's everything down there. Now we're up this way. I'll just come in like this. And this is just these rushing units, so I didn't want to forget them, so they're still marked. Righto, so what I'm going to do here is just try and straighten out a line a little bit. So this guy is going to go 3, 4, 5 to there. This guy is just going to go forward 1. This guy is just going to go forward 1. And this guy here is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to there. Just again as sort of holding forces. This Panzer Grenadier here is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And all we're doing is basically cutting everything off. In here, I'm going to take this guy forward, and he's going to go half 1, half. This guy is just going to move over 1, like that. So we can totally isolate all of these troops here. Now with these here, I'm going to bring this Hungarian over 1. I'm going to bring these 2 Hungarians over. I'm going to bring the other Hungarian on. 1, 2, 3. With his little tanky man here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like, no, I'm not going to put him there at all. You can just go there. That way we've still got Zockbons. He can't escape through anywhere, so that's good. Sorry. This guy here, he's going to come around and go 1, 2. So he can do an attack here, follow up to here, hopefully. Well, in fact, if he goes 1, 2, 3 to there, you can take them both out, hopefully, without going anywhere. This bloke will come up 1, 2, 3, 4, just to hold in there. This bloke's going to come on here and go half 1, half 2, half 3, half 4, half 5, half. Supply will come on this half 1, half 2, half 3. And this guy is just going to come on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And just get ready to come up this way. And that is movement done. So we're into combat phase for the Axis forces. So again, I'll just set up the attacks where I want to do them, and then we'll go on from there. Shan't be long. Rightio, so we're good to go. We've got a few attacks coming on. Only one down south, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to the north, and nothing in the centre as such. So we're going to go down south first. We've got a 5-to-1 using air down there to try and punch through the line there. So 5-to-1. And we get a whole 2. which of course is a DRX, advance 2. Okay. Both sides lose the step, determined by the opposer. Defender must retreat 2 hexes, become disrupted, or do a determined defense. Okay, so let's get rid of those. That'll teach me. Oh, fumble fingered person. Okay. We'll take the air off there. They've got to lose 1, so of course they're going to lose this single step infantry unit. They're happy with that. And of course they're going to make us take a loss, so of course they're going to take our best unit, the Panzer. Righto. So now he's going to do a determined defense. He's got a -1, but he's an elite, so he picks up a +1. So he's just going to try and hold his position. Oh, he gets a 1, which is a fail, and he loses a step. Okay. So fail, lose a step, and he has to go back 2 hexes. So he's going to go back 1, 2 to there, and he is disrupted. And we have an advance 2. Advance 2. So we've got 2, 9, 16. 16. So I'm going to advance this guy . I've got the fumbles. My apologies. He's going to go to there. This guy is going to come forward along with this guy. Like that. And then these all going forward like that. We can't afford to do another attack there. The odds are just horrible. So we've at least cleared this part of the line now. We're ready to take on these ones next turn. So that's good. And then all the other attacks are all down this way. Okay, so the first one I want to do I think we'll do this one first, because he's got nowhere to go. I've got Zockbond, 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 Zockbond. So 5 to 1 in there for him. Oh no! Okay, it's still a 1, so it doesn't matter. It's a DR2 advance 2. So defender must either retreat 2 hexes and become disrupted or conduct a determined defense. And he can't do a determined defense, so he has to retreat, and he can't retreat anywhere because it's all Zockbonds. He can't do a determined defense because of the rules for this at the moment. So both of those are gone. Yay! And we have an advance 2. So I'm going to advance these guys 1, 2. Keep us the continual Zockbond over there. And this guy will come up 1, 2, just up to there like that. Okay, so the next one we're going to do is here. This bloke could retreat out this way, so I didn't want to do that, did I? He was there. Well, it's not going to matter because he's got to go through. I can't remember if replacements have a zone of control. I can't remember. Do they or don't they? Replacements 21. Let's have a quick look. They move a maximum of 1 hex. May not use rail or move to enemy areas. May not attack, advance or disengage. Prevents all combat out of the hex. Yeah, it doesn't say they don't. So yeah, as far as I'm concerned, he does. So I'll leave him up there. And we'll go for it. So it's a 3-to-1 into the NKVD unit. For a 1, which is an exchange. Okay, so our NKVD unit will take a hit. He doesn't have to go anywhere. No retreat. Yep. So we have to take a hit. It's an exchange, so he's not going to put it onto one of these guys when he can put it on the best German unit, which is this one here. Like that. Okay. We'll do this one next. So what I'm planning on here is to take them out and then pick this guy up as we come through. So 6-to-1. Oh, for a 1. A DRX. Jesus Christ almighty. Okay. DRX. So we'll pick his armoured unit and knock it down. And of course he's going to pick one of my major armoured units and knock it down. We'll stick him on top. So that's the exchange done. He's not allowed to do a determined defense, so he has to go back 2. So he'll go back 1, 2 to there and become disrupted. And we have an advance 2. So this guy's going to go 1, 2 into there. And these guys are going to stay right here and do an attack on this guy at 14, 24-2, which is a DS, 12-1. It's actually 13-1. So, but that's not during the movement phase. So it's just a 7-1 attack, I believe. And that's why I didn't do it as a DS to start with. So we have 7-1 for a 3, is a DR4 advance 3. So he's got to go back 4 in full retreat. 1, 2, 3, 4 in full retreat. And we can only actually move 1 more, which we will do to move to here. Again, keeping our Zoc bonds and putting some pressure on this guy. Right. Okay. So we've got a 4-1 here against our unsupplied units, which are going to become isolated next turn. So this is just a punch in the face to them sort of thing. So I'll do this one first. And we're using 2nd Army because we've brought supply up for 4 Panzer Army. Oh, 1 at 4-1. A DR2, advance 2. So he must retreat 2 hexes and become disrupted or conduct a determined defence. And he's not allowed to do a determined defence because he's not in a... Oh, yes, he is. He's in a fortified zone. Dicky whacker. Okay, so he's going to do a determined defence. Righto, so he's got a determined defence. He does not have any support or anything else. And it's a straight up, there's no negative modifier. And he's got a 3. In fortifications is a fail. So he has to retreat. He doesn't lose anything else, but he can't retreat off here. He can't go through this sock bond. He can't go through this sock bond. So can he do a desperation defense? And I would say yes. So at the moment he hasn't lost anything, so he just keeps rolling until he gets success. He gets a 3 again, which is a fail for nothing. So he still hasn't lost anything. A 5, which is success but lose 1. So what's he want to lose? He'll take a half down there. Like that. And he doesn't need to go any further because he's had his success. Which leaves our last one, which I'd forgotten to mark this bloke to move, so I moved him up during the combat phase. He only had to move from here to here, sort of thing. Or here to here, sorry. And this is a 4-1 using air. For a 2 is a DR2 advance 2. So those can come away. DR2, again he has to retreat 2. He doesn't have any choice. He's going to go 1, 2. Be marked as disrupted. And we have an advance 2. And I think we'll just go 1, 2 to there. And we can't attack anymore. So that's all the attacks for the Germans. So that's, well, the Axis, I should say. Righto. So recovery, Axis disrupted. No, we don't have any disrupted. We don't have any in full retreat, but we do have 1 replacement here. And we have 1 replacement down here. So I've taken those off. Axis lines, 1, 2. And they may come through and break this line. That's fine. I don't mind. This one here can't really move at the moment. And this one can't go anywhere. This one, there's not much sense in it moving anywhere because I'll just break it there. And this one could actually go 1, 2 to there. So, is good. Face it the way it's going. No isolation attrition. Spend SPs to flip, so we can flip the 8th Italian. We've got this supply coming back around for 17th because we didn't use 1 Panzer. and up this way we had the supply for 4 Panzer Army. So that comes off as well. And that is it for the German turn. So I'm just going to pause it while I grab the couple of bits for the Russian turn. Soviet turn. And see what we've got. Won't be long. Rightio, back again. Okay, so going straight in again, no air units, no train markers, fortifications. They have these 2 that they were building, ready to go. Allocate their resource points, and we're going to put in another 1 here, but I'm also going to bring on a supply this time to supply the Bryansk, to give them something to fight back with, even if it's just in defense for 1 go. Excuse me. Allergic to myself again. Spend SPs to flip, we don't have that. Soviet reinforcements, and they only have 1 this time, and it is an armoured unit. I'm going to bring that on in B as well. Replacements, they have 2. They have an armour and an infantry. Right. An armour and an infantry. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the infantry one there. Let's leave that on top. And for the armour, we're going to do this unit here. Like that. Yeah, I do have that in the right spot. Sorry, I just question myself sometimes. Okay, replacements are done, no leaders, no planned offences. We're into the movement phase, so again, pause it there, work out where we're going to move, and come on back. Shan't be long. Rightio, so we've got a fair bit of movement to do for the Ruskies, the Soviets, so we'll start down here. This little fella's going to come up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Using extended movement. This disrupted unit here is going to come back 1, 2. Like that. These units are going to... What was I going to do here? To here. So we've got a Zoc bond here. This unit is going to come back, these 2 units I should say, are going to come back 1, 2 to there, and this guy's just going to move to there again, so we've got Zoc bond around there. In the center area here, this guy is going to go back 1, 2, 3, 4, start a new line. Just trying to think what I was doing here. This guy, or these guys, are just going to move over 1, like that. This guy is going to pull back 1, 2, 3, oh sorry, half 1, half 2, half 3, half 4, half 5, half 6, and he's going to move into here. There's a 1. This guy here is going to go do, 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 do. Is 3, 4, 5 into there, and these two are just going to slide across one like that. Okay, and again, this keeps our Zoc bond going behind the river fronts as such. And again, what we're doing here is thinning this out as well. So this disrupted unit will go back 1, 2. Southwest here is going to go back, that's 2.5. Oh, sorry. 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4, no. 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4, 4.5, 5. That's as far as he can go and is disrupted. Tank unit goes back with him, but is not disrupted. And this little unit here, this little unit here, this little unit here. This one is coming over one. This one is coming over one. Replacement is coming back one. No, he's not going there. What was I doing here? Yeah, he was coming over here with him, and he was going there. It doesn't matter. It was one up, one down. They're exactly the same. Right. Now I looked at trying to move these sorts of guys out. But realistically, he's got nowhere to go. None of these do, and they're tying up a lot of troops. So I thought I would just simply leave them there. They're in at least fortified hexes, and that's why they haven't moved. Right. Disrupted unit here is simply going back. It's on the river, so I can't, can it? So it's got to go 1, 2. Because it can only just go straight across the river and that's it. So no, he's got to come around this way. This one in full retreat here. Is going to go half 1, half 2, half 3, half 4, half to there. Staying in full retreat. This little fella here is going to come down to him. These two little fellas here are going to go 1, 2, 3 and in here. Like that. This little fella's moving down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This little one's going over into here. We have this armoured unit here. He's going to come on here for half 1, half 2, half 3, half 4, half 5, half 6, half 7, half 8 into there using extended movement. Supply is going to come down straight onto here. So half 1, half 2, half 4. And then we have these ones that came off last time, and they're going to go from A to B and leave them there. And then we have right up the back we have our second reserve army now that can come forward, which is this one up here. We can release it, and it has 1, 2, 3, 4 infantry and 1 guards reduced. Now, I'm going to take the first 2, and they're just simply going to come down this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The second 2 are going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up to there, and this guy is going to come up again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So at least start putting some of these in these minor cities and so forth like that, and building them up. Righto, so that's the movement. Combat phase. Again, these guys can't really do anything. This bloke can't. These can't. 4 firepower there. Suppose if all of these wanted to gang up on him, but he would be doubled to 14, so it's not going to do any good. Same thing, up to 14, because they'd have to cross the river to do it. They don't have anything anywhere that has the firepower to do anything, so no combat for them. So disrupted counters can come off now. We'll get rid of them. This full retreat now becomes a disrupted. Replacement comes off, and replacement comes off for them. And then down south we have the other disrupted from there. Sorry, bumping camera again. Righto, no railheads. Supply status. So again, if we look here, all these are all in supply. There's no hassles with any of the forces to the south or to the centre. There's no problems with any of these forces either. This guy now, you can't see, of course, because I'm a twit. There we go, that's better. So this bloke goes from low supply or out of supply to isolated now. So I'm just going to leave that there. This guy here becomes low supply because again he's got to go through 2 zones of control minimum before he can get anywhere to nowhere. This guy's going to be the same, but this guy is now going to be as well isolated, or these guys I should say. Okay, so we've done that. So attrition rolls. So we need to do the attrition rolls for these 3 units now. So we'll just start at the top and work our way down. So a 4 to a 6, I think, is good. I'll just make a quick check. Attrition would be in isolation. Isolation attrition 16.5. It was in there somewhere. Okay, so yeah, sorry, a 5 or a 6 is fine. 1 through 4, they lose a step. So top unit gets a 6, so he's good. The reduced unit gets a 5, and he's good. And then the other infantry unit gets a 2 and loses a step. So that wasn't too bad. Out of 3 potential steps, they only lost 1. And they remain isolated. And then we have these two here. Again, we'll do the infantry first because it's on top. It gets a 3 and loses a step, so it's gone. And then the armour gets a 6 and it's fine. Tough little buggers. Okay, so that's that. And then spend SPs to flip, which they are not doing. And this time they've lost 1, 2, 3 infantry divisions and a single step infantry as well. A regiment, I suppose. I always thought that was a battalion, but I don't know. I'm just being silly. Doesn't matter. So how did we go this time? Well, we've broken through quite well here, but again, we've only just sort of reached the Don, and we've got nowhere to go across there. That's just absolutely atrocious. So we've got to get a couple of units here to try and block off anything coming in on A, and then start to filter down this way, pick up 6th Army and punch down between the Don there and what's this one here? The Donets? That's the Don. I think this is the Donets, yeah. So punch down through there. So what I'm talking about is coming in between the Don and the Donets, pushing through that way, and trying to make it far enough with enough openings so we can either swing north and then come in on Stalingrad, or swing south and come in on Stalingrad, because there's nowhere in the world we want to go across the Don, because it's going to be too easy to fortify there as well. So that's where we stand from the Axis point of view. We're starting to break this up, pushing them back slowly. They're going to have to start moving now, especially with this breakthrough here now. If I can start getting the armoured units out and around, they're just going to cut all these off. So they're going to need to start pulling back, even though some of them are in fortified hexes. Not much movement down here on the southern front, around or towards Rostov, because again this were our weaker and less of a quantity of troops, let alone quality. So we still only have the 1 VP. At the end of this term we were supposed to have 2, but that didn't happen. Next turn the Soviets will get their last reserve army, which is the Stalingrad one, until turn 15, when they get the Saratov one right up the top left there, sort of thing. So that's where we stand. So we're supposed to have 3 now. Wow, look at that. We've got 1. So at the moment we're still okay up until turn 11. But it's starting to get a little bit tighter. I don't know much more I can really say. I think I've dragged it out enough, giving you enough of a heartache. So take care, be good, and I shall catch you for turn 4 in the next video. Bye for now.